What did I do wrong?
She's an absent mom.
That's 3 weeks that you didn't see the children. Do you think you'll ever have your children back?
But the time for excuses
My mom makes me feel like she does a better job than I do.
is over.
I think you're a drug addict.
What is it that I don't know that could possibly be worse than you being a drug addict? You're a prostitute?
The Dr. Phil message boards lit up last week after my first sit down with Alexandra from the Dr. Phil family. Now, after reaching out to Alex for months, she finally responded. Here's what's happened so far.
I went to a pain clinic because I was having problems with my back, and I guess I was taking prescriptions, and everybody thought that I was some sort of drug addict because I sought help for my back. But I'm not.
Have you remained 100% drug-free during this pregnancy, or have you had a few slips along the way?
No, I've been drug-free.
Alexandra.
Oh, there he is! It's a boy! Look, he's a perfect size, too. Are they going to test it for drugs? She really does have to. Do I need to call security? You need to test the baby for drugs. Oh, my God.
The baby was moved to a level 1 pediatric care hospital because he was, sadly, born addicted to drugs.
Today is a shelter hearing. It is a judge confirming that the new baby will be staying here with Marty and I.
My fiance, Tony, and I are taking a break. We're trying to figure things out. It's like I don't have anybody to talk to.
Did you fail a drug test?
Yeah, my drug test came up positive for methadone, not methamphetamines. My mom's so ignorant, she doesn't know what methadone is. She heard meth and thought I was smoking meth.
Are you still taking it?
I have a doctor's appointment coming up, yes.
You would have a hard time stopping it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
What have you been doing for money?
I mean, the other day at the gas station, I sat there with a sign that said, I'm trying to get home, have no gas.
This is panhandling.
I'm not proud of the fact that, I have to ask people for money. Currently, my living situation has been my friend's couch.
So you're broke, you're homeless, you've lost your kids, Tony's gone. No plan.
No.
There comes a point where you gotta say, what I'm doing ain't working. After the taping, she let our cameras follow her around. Now today, I'm meeting with her again to talk about my concerns. I worry that Alex may not be taking the necessary steps to get her life in order, and I want to make sure that she stays focused. Yeah, I've got real simple goals. I want you safe. I mean, that's above everything else. I want you safe. I want you healthy. And I want you moving forward towards whatever you decide is important in your life. Are you staying at the hotel down there by yourself?
Some days I do, and then some days Tony comes and stays with me. Since the last time I left Dr. Phil in LA, I've been living in this motel room. Would you like to see my humble abode? This is my dining room table with the finest table and chairs. My dresser / flat screen television that has perfect reception. My kitchen. This is my clothing. I have 2 beds to choose from. My bathroom, complete with ironing board and iron. And my shower. It's better than nothing.
Well, when we talked last time, one of the things that was music to my ears, you said, for the first time in my life, I don't want a relationship with a man. So how's he worming his way back in?
I'm still working towards my goals. I don't let him stop me in any kind of way. My goal is to do what I need to do to get into a house and get my stuff together. And if Tony wants to be a part of that, then he can show me that he's ready to be a part of that, and we can talk about it. But if not, I'm not gonna chase him, and I'm not gonna push. This is the first time in my life where I'm just like, screw it. I want to be able to, be on my own, just worry about me.
So he's been staying with you some?
Yes, not every day, but some days, yeah.
Now, you wound up in the emergency room recently?
Yeah.
You went once for asthma and once for kidney stones? Yeah. How'd you get home?
Chris came and got me.
But you asked Tony to come and get you and he wouldn't do it?
Yeah, pretty much. Yesterday, I ended up having to go to the emergency room with 2 really bad kidney stones. I had to have someone that was going to be there to take care of me. And I tried to reach out to Tony, and he didn't answer his phone. So I ended up having to call somebody else. I called a friend of mine that I know I can count on.
Alex and I have been talking since a little over a week ago when she called me because she was down on her luck and she needed somebody that she could trust, somebody she can talk to, you know. I love her to death, you know. I would do anything in the world for her. Chris was the last person that I really wanted to ask for help because I don't want a relationship with him and he always wants more. And I don't want that. So he's took care of me last night and brought me to his house, and I appreciate it. Just 3 days ago, we were arguing, you know, she wanted nothing to do with me. Then I get a phone call last night from her, from Alex, asking me to come get her from the hospital. But I'm an hour and a half away, and guess what I did? I dropped everything and I went and got her. You know, I brought her here. Alex has been in bed for the past, you know, since last night.
You don't strike me as the kind that if you need somebody to step up and they don't, you seem to me to be one that would have a pretty good memory for that.
Don't get me wrong, it did hurt my feelings, and calling Chris was kind of like, haha, screw you. You know, if you won't come get me, and there's somebody else that will, but, you know, Tony brought me flowers, and he apologized.
There are commonalities among some of the guys you associate with. Chris and Tony, for example, they've both been in jail, right? Mm-hmm. Both of them have very suspicious history with drug and alcohol abuse. Both of them seem to lack a certain traction in life in terms of like having cars and jobs and being self-sufficient and taking care of their children. Do you ever think about that? Mm-hmm. Why do you think you're willing to accept that?
Because through all the bad stuff, Tony is a good person. Tony's sitting in my hotel room. He came by last night. I'm not gonna lie, but, you know, I told him, I was like, I'm looking at houses, and if you want to make things work between us, then get your ass up and get a job. We are at my mom's house, and we're going to see the kids. Spending the last couple days with Tony has been interesting. We've had a lot to talk about. Yes, we were there Friday all day. I won't lie. But when the Firebird is not there, he is not there. Well, we both want to be together, but like I said, I really want him to get a job. And I'm going to stand strong by that, I think. He did clean my room, and he made me breakfast.
There are good people that don't have all the bad stuff, too. I mean, most people have a good side, but if it comes with a big helping of bad side, then that can bite you. And I wonder if you have any idea why you settle for male companionship that has a negative history. Why do you think you do that?
Coming up.
So where's Tony? Should I check the jail records?
No, I already called.
Tony's got a child that he's seen twice, 3 times in 6 months. You seem to have a very low standard of who you let into your life.
Tomorrow on an all-new Dr. Phil.
Did you post on MTV's Bully Beatdown to elicit somebody to beat this guy up?
My oldest daughter's been brainwashed.
I am not brainwashing my children.
How did the youngest refer to him as Bad Daddy?
She did get arrested.
I am a good mother.
Somebody here is blatantly lying, and I am going to get to the truth.
Then on Wednesday, a bossy husband tries to control Dr. Phil.
You should go to Guantanamo Bay where the other psychologists are torturing prisoners.
You may bully her with that, but you ain't going to bully me with it.
That's Wednesday. We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's excuses.
Why do you think you date at the end of the continuum where people seem to be in pretty frequent conflict with authorities and seem to not be getting traction in life in terms of pulling their own weight?
I guess growing up, that was really just the social group that I hung out with.
If a professional asked you out, would you go? Someone that had gotten themselves an education, owned their own home, owned their own car, had good credit, no criminal history, whatever. Would you go out with someone like that?
If I was completely done with Tony and like that was it, then I would consider that. But I don't know, I guess I kind of want to try to make things work between him and I for the baby's sake, because I don't want the baby to grow up like Layla and Nathan.
You got to admit, Tony's a compromised player, right? I mean, he's got a child that he's seen, what, twice, 3 times in 6 months?
I don't know.
Well, I do know. He's seen him 2-3 times in 6 months.
Okay. The reason that Tony can't come and see the baby here at my mom's house is because they don't get along, of course. And I think it would be really hard for both of them, my mom and Tony, you know, to be civil.
He smokes like a freight train. He's been in prison, not just jail we're talking about, prison. No high school graduation.
How do you get along with her children?
I love her too.
Okay, guys, I have to go. I'm sorry. I cannot sit here and act like Tony is Mr. Perfect.
You know in your heart that that man has touched your daughter inappropriately and hurt her, and you're going to stay with him? You've got to be kidding me. He can't read, he can't write, he can't even hardly answer the phone, and you're going to sit there and defend this man whom you have to speak for, you have to work for. He brings in no income whatsoever. He drives your truck around like he owns it. I am furious. Oh.
That's just my mom. She doesn't like anybody, you know. She really doesn't like anybody. She doesn't even like me. I do want to get back together with Tony. I'd love to. I want to raise our family together, but I want more than just, you know, plain ordinary just to get by. You know, I want there to be more than that.
So where's Tony?
I don't know. I don't know.
Should I check the jail records?
No, I already called.
Oh. Oh, he's just gone?
Call every day.
You mean he's just totally disappeared?
No, I'm sure.
I mean, do you know where he is and you're not telling me?
No, I think I know where he is, but he won't answer the phone to confirm where he is. People tell me where he is, but...
Then he took off because he's mad at you?
No, I left.
Oh.
Because we got into... I told you this yesterday, because we got into a fight.
You seem to have a very low standard of who you let into your life. I just don't think you know what it's like to have a relationship with someone that treats you with dignity and respect, takes care of you, protects you, supports you. I think you cheat yourself out of that. And you deserve that. You're worthy of that, but you settle for less than that. But I mean, you know what a good, hard-working man, like your father, for example, he's what I'm talking about. He's a professional. Does it make you uncomfortable me talking about this? Why?
I don't know. I mean, I just... But I don't know if I deserve something like that.
The thing is, it's even hard for me to be nice to you. I mean, I say things about you that I wish you said to yourself, and that's hard to hear. Why is it hard for you to hear positive things about yourself?
I guess because it's like hard for me to hear that, because I don't know if I believe it.
You clearly could have a completely different life than what you have right now. But you make choices that keep you in the alley. Isn't it true that in the last few weeks there have been times that you actually slept in your truck?
A normal day for me would be go to sleep 12:30, 1 o'clock. I get up about 9:30, 10, get dressed, do my hair, makeup. They serve breakfast here from like 6 to 10, so I usually like load up on food, grab some oatmeal mixes and like grits and make a couple waffles up there and just usually save them for the rest of the day. Tony's been working with his dad, so he usually leaves here about 7:30. I'm using like a Mac until like 4:35. So I'm usually here by myself. If I have something to do, I go do it, or hang out here and watch TV and do crossword puzzles. It's not too exciting. I have to wash my clothes in the bathtub, so I try to do laundry at least once a week. It's rather aggravating and irritating. Usually to make ramen noodles, I boil the water in the coffee pot. It's not always the best tasting, but that's okay. Tomorrow I have an appointment to sign up for school and get everything registered and find out what else I need to do in order to get things going. I am not quite sure where I would be if I didn't have this hotel to stay in. It probably wouldn't be good.
You have 3 children. You have virtually no relationship with them or being raised by somebody else, and you couldn't afford them if they were handed to you, right? Isn't there a part of you that says, Dr. Phil, I will do anything, whatever it takes. If you're telling me I can get my life back, I can get out of the alley, out of the gutter, out of the truck, I can have a good, healthy life with my children, wouldn't you do that?
Yes.
But you don't. Let me ask you this. Where do you think this is headed, your life, this being your life? I mean, on the track you're on now, and be brutally honest. I mean, where do you think this is headed?
Coming up.
He doesn't sleep at night. And do you know who gets up with him?
You always have to just push it. Just pour salt in my open little wound. Oh, you just have to make sure that I know what you go through.
So much drama.
We are in crisis mode here.
So many emotions.
I don't know what's real anymore.
Get ready for an unforgettable February on Dr. Phil.
You're going to meet families who have some shocking revelations.
A marriage in crisis.
There's this controlling, obsessed trust issue that he has.
Are you out of control with your jealousy?
I don't want to do this anymore.
A daughter in trouble.
Have you threatened to kill your father?
Yeah. My dad hits me brutally.
It was getting to where I was going to do something that I would regret.
You already have.
A family in turmoil.
I believe my granddaughter was molested by her father.
You have no facts. You're nothing but a liar. I'm not going to allow her to take him away from my kids.
Real people.
I'm not trying to say you're an evil person, but you are a sick person.
Memorable stories.
You don't want to miss any of the great shows. That, I guarantee you will never forget.
Unforgettable February on Dr. Phil. We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's excuses.
Where do you think this is headed, this being your life?
Well, for me, I mean, I have everything I need for school except the piece of paper from my mom, which I will have that, and I will be attending classes this time next week. I just got back from the second school that I looked at. I could have been registered and have started class, been ready to start class on Monday, but I needed a simple tax information paper from my mom, and she is too busy to grab it and fax it really quick. Now I run the risk of not fitting into the class because she wants to be a pain in the ass. Hopefully I'll be in a nice house that I can afford soon.
Right.
And just trying to get myself together one step at a time. We are here at the house that I was looking at for rent. It's a little expensive and it's a little bit small. You know, it might be great for one person, but
you know, I'm hopefully going to be having my son here with me. So I just don't know if it's going to work. This is house number 2. This one is $800 a month as well, but it's 3 bedrooms and only 1 bath. Looks more like a soup kitchen on the inside than it should be. There's absolutely no carpet in any of it. It's this really bad tile flooring. I know I can't be picky, beggars can't be choosers, but if I'm going to pay that much money to live somewhere, I at least want to like it.
There was one stretch recently that was 22 days that you didn't get to see the children. What do you think about that?
I don't have an excuse.
What do you say to yourself about that? That's 3 weeks that you don't see your children. And they're available for you to see.
I know my mom makes me feel like that she does a better job than I do. Every time I'm here, you want to freaking yell at me and tell me what a piece of I am and hold me accountable, as you say.
Alexandra, the last few times you've been over here, I have held my tongue. This is the first time.
Do you know how much it hurts my feelings when you tell me you don't know what to say to me?
I do know what I want to say.
Right,
I don't
okay.
know how to say it.
Right, when you tell me that you don't know what to say to me because you just want to call me out and tell me all these things, right? But yet you can't sit there.
And what? And what?
Never mind.
This is exhausting. This is really exhausting. And I have to tell you, Alexandra, that little boy over there, he doesn't sleep at night. And do you know who gets up with him? Do you know that when he first came home and going through withdrawal, he was up every 20 minutes?
Right, those are things you always have to tell me, huh? You always have to just push it. Just pour salt in my open little wound, huh? You just have to make sure that I know what you go through, huh? I was there every single day he was in the hospital. Every day. I know what happened and I know what he went through. You don't have to tell me anything.
Do you remember when we were in counseling and you just stopped coming?
No, because everybody wanted to tell me that it's all my fault.
Do you accept responsibility for anything?
Nope, no, that's it. I don't accept responsibility for anything.
Do you think you'll ever have your children back?
I want my children back, but I know that when it comes to Layla and Nathan, that's up to my mom.
Well, there was something recently that I saw that really disturbed me for you. And I want to show you what I'm talking about and get you to comment on this.
Tomorrow is Layla's play, and she's been practicing for the past 2 weeks. I put everything I got in my pocket. Alex won't show up at Layla's play.
Plan for tomorrow. I will probably wake up. Not sure what time I'm going to wake up. Depending on how I feel, I'm going to do my very best to go and see my daughter sing in a play. But I still haven't passed my kidney stones, and every time I move, my bladder feels like I have somebody sticking a knife and just twisting it. So, hopefully I want to go and see my kids. At least my daughter perform and sing, so it means a lot to me.
I'm going to try to pick her up and take her to see the recital. I'll see you there then, Chris?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm on my way. All right, bye.
What?
You coming?
No.
Why not?
I don't feel good.
You sure? Do you want to go to Layla's first recital?
No.
Yeah, I wanted Alex to be here. You know, this is Layla's first recital, and her mommy's not here. And I know how much Layla misses her mommy, you know, and there's nothing I can do about it. I've been texting Alex all morning trying to coach her into coming. It breaks my heart knowing that Alex isn't at Layla's first recital, meaning that she's sick on drugs. You know, she ain't got no drugs, so she can't show up. It hurts because I know Layla's missing her mommy. Layla needs her mommy, you know, and all Alex has right now is the drugs.
I don't
have an excuse.
Coming up.
I'm asking you, respect me enough to call him Anthony what I mean to him.
I'm not here to tell him, Michael.
We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's excuses.
Layla's thing went really well. My mom called and let me know that it went really good. I feel like a jackass for missing my daughter's first play, but I don't know, sometimes I feel like it's better for them if they don't see me. Makes it easier for them to go on with their day when they don't have to cry and scream when I leave. I know it sounds like an excuse, but that's how I feel.
What do you think about that?
I wish that everybody watching that could feel how I felt that morning, because I honestly couldn't move. I wanted to go to Layla's thing. I wanted to see her.
You said in that tape that you think it's better for them if they don't see you.
That's how I feel. That's how my mom makes me feel. I mean, every time I'm there, it's an argument with her. I spend more time arguing with my mom than I do seeing my kids.
You do fight with your mom, because they showed me a piece of tape about that. Let's look at that and then I'll talk about it.
I am not going to enable you anymore, Alexandra.
You don't enable me in the first place. Mom, you don't offer me anything. You never, ever, 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 ever offer me anything.
What do you mean, cash? I'm sure not going to give you cash.
Exactly, so don't even sit there and pretend like, you do all these things for me, because you don't do
I take care of your children.
Right, thank you.
I don't think I would say that, somebody raising 3 of my children.
Of course. I mean, no offense, but you guys always show just me making me look bad.
We don't have a lot to choose from sometimes. Let me tell you how wrong-headed I think it is for you to think that your children are better off if they don't see you. You're their mother. And don't ever think that they're better off if they don't see you. Because that's just wrong. It's not true. They're better off if they do see you. You love them, you care about them. They need that in their life. You can be a great mom to those kids if you get in a situation where you can, but you've got to keep the relationship going until you get yourself where you're able to do that. And I hate that you and your mother go back and forth like that. I hate for the kids to hear that. You guys are like, just gas and fire.
Alexandra gets really frustrated with me because I call the baby Michael and not Anthony, because I really do not like Tony, his father, at all.
His name is Anthony. He's named after his father. He's his father's first child. I know that's hard for you. It's not like I'm calling him little Tony. I'm calling him Anthony. I don't know who Michael is. I didn't name him Anthony Michael to call him Michael. Right. Just like you didn't name me Alexandra Marie to call me Marie, did you?
No.
Didn't think so. It's disrespectful and it hurts my feelings.
No, wait a minute. You have people call you Alex.
That's different.
How's that
He wants to be called Tony. That's different. That's still Anthony. If I wanted his name to be Michael, I would have named him Michael. Okay? But his name is Anthony.
Your children are having a hard time calling him Anthony.
Because
they don't like the name.
No, because you started calling him Michael when you brought him home, so that's what they knew to call him. You said they don't like it. You don't like it.
You're not there.
See, Mom, I'm asking you, respect me enough to call him Anthony what I mean to him. You don't like it when people call me Alex because you named me Alexandra, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, you're not here to tell him, Michael.
No, honey, we have to call him Anthony, okay?
I don't like you.
I know that, but we're going to. All right? Because that's his name, really.
I want to call him Michael.
We're going to call him Anthony.
Tell him Michael. I'm not here to tell him Michael.
You can call him whatever you want to, Layla.
How do you get along with Layla when y'all are together?
When it's just her and me?
Yeah.
Or fine. I mean, she tells me, she constantly hugs on me, tells me she loves me.
How does that feel to you?
makes me feel good. I mean, and then again, it makes me feel really bad because I know that when I leave, she cries and it makes me upset. I don't want her to be upset. I see the kids usually on Sundays. I'm entitled to 3 visits with the baby, but with my mom's schedule, it's not working. And, you know, it's 3 times a week for Tony and I, not just me.
I try to tell your children, you know, Mommy's going to come and see you, but I don't want to tell them you're coming to see them until you're actually here. It kills your kids when you say you're going to be here and you're not, because they think it's their fault. Nathan thinks he's done something to drive you away. Layla cries. Please tell me what I should tell Layla now.
Tell her whatever you want to tell her, Mom.
Well, this is what I tell Layla. I tell Layla that your mommy loves you very much, and she wants to be with you. She's just kind of sick right now, and she's working to get better. And when she gets better, you can be with her.
Oh, but you let her see her who doesn't have any rights at all.
I let Cheryl and Joey.
Yeah, well, they leave her alone with Chris, who used to beat out of me, but you still let that happen.
And why didn't you go back to Chris's house then if he's so bad?
Because I had nowhere else to go.
You could have come here. You could have come here. You know that.
Why?
You know that.
I don't want your help.
Coming up.
What is it that I don't know that could possibly be worse than you being a drug addict? You're a prostitute?
I think you're a drug addict.
We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's excuses.
There are many obstacles in your way, and I see them very clearly. Do you want to know what I think they are? Do you want to tell me what you think they are?
Tony.
He's a representative of a category, yes.
Okay. Motivation. My relationship with my mom.
You know what really hurts me the most is that I have no idea where you fell off the road. I think it's when you hooked up with Tony, but maybe it was before that. But all I see is my beautiful daughter, my 22-year-old daughter, who is probably going to be dead within a year if she keeps doing what she's doing. And that breaks my heart. What happened? What did I do wrong? Raising this little girl, that she is now somebody that doesn't care about anything at all. What is it that you don't want to tell me? You're not pregnant again. That's a good thing. What else, Alexandra? What else could there be? I already know you take drugs. What is it that I don't know that could possibly be worse than you being a drug addict? You're a prostitute?
You hit the nail right on the head.
I mean, I to be perfectly honest, Alexandra, it wouldn't surprise me if you did do some really low things to get what you need.
Of course.
Well, you've admitted to panhandling. Why are you not choosing a life to be around your children? Are you so dead inside that it just doesn't matter anymore? I mean, truly, Alexandra, are you so dead inside that it just doesn't matter?
No, Mom.
And where's all your stuff?
Out at Chris or Tony's mom's.
In the trailer that Tony lives in?
No. In tarps, underneath tarps in her yard.
Your stuff is in Tony's yard under tarps?
Yeah.
Who is going to move it?
Your father.
Your dad would probably help you. Alexandra, you can't have it both ways. You can't roll your eyes and act like nobody helps you. When people offer you to help you, you roll your eyes. I don't want their help.
Your relationship with your mother? You can do what I want you to do if you never see her again ever in the history of the world. I think it would be wonderful if you did, but she is not a requirement for you doing well. Motivation? I just think you're confused. I don't think you know where to start. I think you want better, but I think you don't know how to start. I think you have a problem with your self-worth. That's the first new item I would put on there. I think you've just decided that you're just forever going to be living on the edge, hand to mouth, wondering what's going to happen next. And because you are so attractive, every loser in the world is going to come around you like moth to a flame, and they're going to catch you in weak moments, and there you are. I think that is a self-worth issue that has to be resolved. It has to be dealt with. I think you're a drug addict.
Coming up.
We've run out of those pain meds before, and that gets tough.
Are you smoking PCP, meth, heroin?
I'm smoking PCP.
Well, what are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything.
We now return to the Dr. Phil family. Alexandra's excuses.
Do you know that this little guy right here has not been healthy since he's been home from the hospital at 1 month of age? He has to sleep next to me so that I can hear him breathing, because he has to do a breathing treatment twice a day, at least. He is sick. He has problems. And some days he's really sick.
You think that I have a problem because you don't... Okay, never mind.
Marty, do you think she has a problem with drugs? Please answer that question.
Yes.
Well, what's a boat?
What's a what?
A boat.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, when you smoke a boat. With the tin foil and the lighter and the glass pipe.
What are you talking about?
Ooh, your face is turning red.
You're embarrassing me.
Well, that's
When did I talk about a boat?
To somebody else.
Okay. You mean to Chris, huh?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
He said you needed a lighter so you could smoke a boat.
What?
Am I not saying that right?
No, Mom.
Oh.
And I didn't say anything like that to him. So...
Are you smoking PCP, meth, heroin?
I'm smoking PCP.
Well, what are you smoking?
I'm not smoking anything.
Do you not think that we realize what's going on, Alexandra? Really? Do you really think that we have no idea?
Mom, could you stop? Because I'd like to spend some time with my son without you, bickering and bitching.
I'm not bickering, Alexandra. I just want you to get help.
I think you're a drug addict. I think it's prescription drugs. You're not shooting up heroin on the street corner, but I think you're addicted to drugs. And so I think that robs you of your motivation, and because of the addiction, you are driven to service the addiction. You have to get the pills or whatever so you don't go into withdrawal, and so you become very survival based. There's not one thing on the list that we can't deal with. And first and foremost is your self-worth. I mean, Alexandra, you're so much better than you tell yourself. You can change this. Do you believe what I'm saying? I mean, I don't mean it emotionally, you accept it, but I mean logically, intellectually, can you see the logic of what I'm telling you?
Yes.
What pain are you dealing with now? Just your back?
Mm-hmm.
Where is it in your back?
It's in my neck and in the lower part of my spine.
And you're on pain meds for that, right? And you've run out of those pain meds before, and that gets tough.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you're addicted to oxycodone?
Next time with the Dr. Phil family.
I know that you are an addict.
You say I need rehab.
I don't.
Inside Alexandra's prescription drug use.
Why did you go to a doctor 112 miles from your house?
This is for pain.
You give me 2 bottles of that?
Yeah, because one has a count and then the rest has another count.
It's time.
This has derailed your life.
For a wake-up call.
You know what I think? You need to be detoxed. You're addicted to prescription drugs.
But her reaction.
I am not a crackhead, and that's how you're treating me. I'm done. I don't want your help anymore.
puts her back on the street.
I think Alexandra has stooped to some really low level to get money, to get drugs.
My fear is that she could die before we can get to her. I bet like most of you, I believe Alex has made really poor choices with the men in her life and with her children. But what I'm most concerned about right now is her possible drug abuse. Next week, I plan to drill down on her prescription drug use because I truly believe that there is an addiction to pain pills that is getting in her way. Now, both Aaron and Alex have rejoined the Dr. Phil community, so be sure to log on to drphil.com. Sign up and read their personal posts. We'll see you next time.
I just feel like we're just going around and around with the same stuff all the time. We're not getting anywhere. She and I are not getting anywhere.
You need to tell Alexandra how much you love her as much as you tell her that she's a drug addict.
I do tell her I love her.
I don't think you realize saying it and actually showing it is like day and night, okay?
So, I don't understand. Tell me. I mean, I gave her a hug when she came in. I gave her a hug when she left and told her I love her. And I tell her that all the time. I don't understand.
When I break down and cry in front of Alexandra, I literally break down and cry and tell her how much I love her. You, on the other hand, I don't...
Marty, she's done so much to me.
Well, you know what? It's not about what she's done to you, okay?
It's not?
No.
So I should
You're her parents. We are her parents.
It hurts.
Of course it hurts, and it will always hurt until the day we die. And when we're in heaven, we'll probably still be pissed at the things that they do. Okay?